Hey bro, welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you. Hi, camera. Hi, thank you.
That is your camera, I think. Welcome to the show.
Yes, thank
Thank you
you.
so much for coming, dude.
Yes, for sure.
Right, how's it going?
Good. What about you?
Yeah, going on. I first saw you was I think like a year back,
Okay.
like thereabouts. I'm quite bad with time framing, but I think like close to a year back, I had come for this thing,
Yeah, Spotlight,
the
Spotlight.
spotlight, and you did not perform
Okay.
that night. I don't think you performed that night, but you came on stage. There were a couple of other acts who were performing. I think
Okay.
you spoke, you dropped a few, like an
Okay.
introductory
Was
one-liners
it
kind
like
of a
another
thing.
show or?
I So I came only once.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but you stood out.
Yeah.
Like you were quite good. As in part of the introduction, you were quite good.
Yes.
And then later, I saw you on Instagram.
Okay.
I saw you on Instagram, and I really liked your
Yeah.
content, dude. So like, how did you get into this? How did you into comedy?
I think it was just like that only, bro. The thing is that I saw Russell Peters, like in school when I was in school.
course.
That's what
Yeah,
everyone
everyone did. Yeah.
And this is like pirated version and all. Sorry, Russell Peters.
Was this
And
the
this is
the Chop Song Bong?
yeah, that where his father
Anthony.
beats him. Yeah, that only. Somebody is gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
That one. So, other long back, 2006, 7 something.
Right.
And that's when I think Indians are introduced itself to stand up.
Yeah.
Because
So-
Russell Peters is doing it and you're seeing it and
An Indian is doing this on the
yeah,
world
yeah,
stage.
an Indian, an
yeah.
Indian doing it on world stage. And nobody in India was doing it. Like, I don't think any Indian was doing stand up in India.
I think people were still aware. So I was still aware of like Dave Chappelle
Yeah,
because
Dave.
Chappelle's show was
Yeah,
there before
Dave.
that time, right? So
See, Dave Chappelle is very niche, bro. Now
Yeah,
people know
now
Dave
people
Chappelle.
know.
But 10 years back, when you say Dave Chappelle, no one knows.
yeah, true.
Here,
Yeah.
he's famous. So I think Russell Peters is the gateway for all Indians.
For most, absolutely,
most of
absolutely.
them.
Yeah.
Pinne adu kandu. So I'm like, this looks fun. Maybe I should try doing this. Like,
Okay.
I've always had it in my mind. Like, ഇങ്ങനെ എന്തെങ്കിലും like this because ഇങ്ങനെ സ്റ്റേജിൽ കയറി ഇങ്ങനെ you can say random stuff and
Right.
people will laugh. You can get paid for this. And I was like, oh, this is so much fun, dude. Maybe I should do this. But how to do, no one knows. No one has an idea, okay? Technically, I think 2012 is when stand-up itself started in India. So it's very new.
Okay.
Maybe it's just finished. 2012 nu പറയുമ്പോൾ now 12, 15,
Yeah,
14 years is
14
over.
years.
That's all. So it's a decade old. That's all. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ ഈ കാണുന്ന കെന്നി കണ്ണൻ all these guys they've started in 2012 types. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്കിതൊന്നും അറിയില്ല. I was in Oman, so I used to do like family functions.
You did all your schooling there.
Yeah, I did my schooling in Oman, college here in Mangalapuram.
Okay.
So കിട്ടുന്ന സ്റ്റേജിൽ കയറാൻ കിട്ടുന്ന ചാൻസ് ഒക്കെ വിൽ ബി ലൈക്ക് സിംപ്ലി വിൽ ഗോ ഡു
Right.
ആ സമയത്ത് ഇങ്ങനെ ഇറ്റ് ഡസന്റ് മാറ്റർ na college and all who cares dude you say what I'm seeing job na
Yeah.
so you try to do something and it actually it used to work like because it's literally zero expectation people are like idu kollam like that
Correct,
the bar is very low you say like shitty jokes also people like kollam like that. So
It's also first of people also don't know what to expect.
yeah, that's the thing. So I used to my cousins' weddings. I used to go and do like a pre-wedding
okay.
function. I used to anchor and I used to make fun of my relatives and all that. And,
Right.
So it's like actually my family itself is like this. They are very like funny people.
But okay. So I was
Means
going to ask you,
like-
like, didn't your relatives get offended or?
I mean, they don't care. Like even my granddad or they are very like. What do you say? Like when they talk, it is
Right.
more like everything is fun.
Right.
It's nothing like serious and all that.
Okay,
അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ it is my granddad used to like my grandmom is a very religious person. അപ്പോൾ so നമ്മൾ കസിൻസ് ഒക്കെ കോളേജിൽ നിന്ന് വെക്കേഷന് we have to go stay 1 week in grandparents house എന്നിട്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ റെസ്പെക്റ്റീവ് wherever Oman, Dubai, wherever we go. അപ്പോൾ അവിടെ പോകുമ്പോൾ we call it temple run where my grandma will take us to all the temples
Right.
and pray and all. So we don't like granddad doesn't care. He is like he's like a wannabe atheist, which he can't be, but there's societal pressure. But he's like, when it's only major events, he'll go. Apo, he'll be sitting there and we'll be like, oh, it's pond up. We are here only 1 week. We want to do fun
Yeah,
stuff,
exactly,
you know.
right.
So, but my grandfather like, poikyo, അവള് നിന്നെ ദൈവത്തിനെ പരിചയപ്പെടുത്തി തരും, you know, like that. So he'll say all that, you know, stupid stuff. So അങ്ങനെ like very chilled out. Even my uncle, dude, recently he came home and he's like, you know, I'm taking medication, and I'm like, for what? And he's like some 60-year-old guy, okay, so it could be any medication. So, so I'm
Leave
like,
it to interpretation.
yeah, I'm like, what did they find out? He's like, medication, and I'm like, for what? He's like, "Ende soundaryam korakkan." And I'm like, bro, what random shit you're saying? Like the first dialogue is this. So I'm like,
It
so
runs in
there
the
is,
family, basically.
yeah, so there is like fun stuff happening there only.
Right.
Appo it is not a big deal, you know.
Okay,
Appo അത് നമ്മള് ഫംഗ്ഷൻസിനൊക്കെ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ they're cool. They're not like very. I know some families are very strict. They'll ഇങ്ങനെ ആയിരിക്കണം അങ്ങനെ ആയിരിക്കണം. Here they don't care. They are like, you know, they actually liked it that they used to call me for other cousins' functions saying like നീ ചെയ്യുവോ,
Okay.
like that. So അങ്ങനെ ആ അത്, but that is very like, what do you say? It's very amateurish what I was doing.
Right.
അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ നടക്കുമ്പോൾ then when I went for my first job in Oman, I went back. അപ്പോൾ അവിടെ ഇങ്ങനെ ടോസ്റ്റ് മാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞൊരു സാധനമുണ്ട്.
Right.
ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് എ സ്പീക്കേഴ്സ് ക്ലബ് ആക്ച്വലി. ഇറ്റ്സ് വേൾഡ് ഫേമസ്. വേൾഡ് ഫേമസ് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഇറ്റ്സ് എ ഹ്യൂജ്. അത് ആക്ച്വലി ഇഫ് യു വോണ്ട് ടു ബി എ സ്പീക്കർ, ദിസ് മോട്ടിവേഷണൽ
Yeah, I'm
സ്പീക്കർ,
aware of Toastmasters.
yeah,
I've
that's
heard of
how you go.
Toastmasters, yeah.
Like അതില് ലെവൽസ് ഉണ്ട്. If you take it seriously, you can like become like all these motivational speakers
Right,
ഒക്കെ കാണുമല്ലോ. അത്
correct.
വലിയ സാധനം. അപ്പോൾ അത് ബേസ് ലെവലിൽ ജനറലി ഫോർ നെയിം സേക്ക് പീപ്പിൾ യൂസ് ഇറ്റ് ഫോർ മേക്കിംഗ് കണക്ഷൻസ്, ഓക്കെ.
Right.
കുറെ കമ്പനിയുടെ CEOs ഒക്കെ അവിടെ വരും.
And also looks good on your resume, I suppose.
Yeah,
If you
yeah, it's
participated or taken part, it's like, oh, Toastmasters, so looks nice.
സോ അതാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അതിൽ കുറെ കണക്ഷൻസ് യു വിൽ ഗെറ്റ് ടു നോ ലോട്ട് ഓഫ് പീപ്പിൾ ഹിയർ ദെയർ. അപ്പോൾ അതിന് വേണ്ടിയാണ് ആൾക്കാർ പോകുന്നത്. ബട്ട് ഐ വെൻ ദെയർ സെയിങ് ലൈക്ക്, ഓ അറ്റ്ലീസ്റ്റ് യുനോ സംസാരിക്കാൻ കിട്ടും, ഒരു സ്ട്രക്ചർ വരും ഇൻ യുവർ ടോക്കിംഗ്, ബിക്കോസ് ദേ എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ. അതിലൊരു ദേ ഹാവ് പ്രൊജക്ട്സ്, യു ഹാവ് ടു ഡു ഇറ്റ്.
Right.
മീൻസ് ദസ് ഐസ് ബ്രേക്കർ, പിന്നെ ബോഡി ഇൻട്രോ, ബോഡി ലാംഗ്വേജ്, അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ എഴുതി ചെയ്യണം. സോ യു ഗെറ്റ് എൻ അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡിങ് ഓഫ് സ്ട്രക്ചർ, ഹൗ ടു ബി ഓൺ സ്റ്റേജ്, യുനോ മൂവ് ഓൺ സ്റ്റേജ്, അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ അവർ ജസ്റ്റ് പറയും. അപ്പോൾ അതിൽ അവർക്കൊരു സാധനമുണ്ട്, ഹ്യൂമറസ് സ്പീച്ച്. ഇറ്റ്സ് ഓൺലി എ കോൺടെസ്റ്റ് ഐറ്റം. അവർക്കത് ഡെയിലി ഇല്ല, അവർക്ക് ഇയർലി കോൺടെസ്റ്റിൽ അത് വരും. സോ ദാറ്റ് ഐ ഡിഡ് and I won that. Okay. It was very easy, man. There's no competition and all there. Like people are coming with WhatsApp jokes. So so I'm like, so original content when they're hearing, which is because this I had it like എനിക്ക് ഓൾറെഡി അത് ചെയ്ത് ശീലം ഉണ്ടല്ലോ. ലൈക്ക്
So
വേറെ
did you like sit and write your own content at that point, like, or did it come on the fly? The reason I'm
no
asking
not
is,
on
like,
the fly and all.
Okay.
അത് ആ കഥ എനിക്കറിയാം. It's not like I wrote it and all. I just know that I have to say the story, which is funny.
Okay.
And അത് ഒന്ന് പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്ത് നോക്കണം, ബിക്കോസ് ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് ഇൻ ദ ടൈം ലിമിറ്റ്. അവർക്ക് വെരി സ്ട്രിക്റ്റ്. ഇഫ് യു ക്രോസ് ദ ടൈം ലിമിറ്റ് യു ഗെറ്റ് നെഗറ്റീവ് പോയിന്റ്സ്, അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ ഉണ്ട് അവർക്ക്.
Right. Okay.
സോ ഇറ്റ്സ് ജസ്റ്റ് നോട്ട് അബൌട്ട് ദാറ്റ്. അപ്പോൾ ആ ടൈം ലിമിറ്റിൽ അത് ഫിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ നോക്കി എന്ന് മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ. എവറിത്തിങ് എൽസ് വാസ് വെരി ലൈക്ക്, വാട്ട് യു സേ, ഇറ്റ്സ് നോട്ട് ഇംപ്രോംപ്റ്റു ആൻഡ് ഓൾ. ഐ ന്യൂ ദ സ്റ്റോറി. അത് ആ സമയത്ത് എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒന്നോ രണ്ടോ ഇവിടെ ആഡ് ചെയ്ത് കാണും, പക്ഷേ എവറിത്തിങ് എൽസ് വാസ് സ്ട്രക്ചേർഡ് ആൻഡ് ടേക്കൺ. പക്ഷെ അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഐ തിങ്ക് ഐ ക്വിറ്റ് മൈ ജോബ്. ഐ കെയിം ഹിയർ. I was just chilling here for like a year or two. ആ സമയത്ത് I came across one open mic. Someone was
in Kochi.
Yeah, in Kochi. Someone was doing an open mic. My friend only, he was doing an open mic. He said, bro, I'm doing an open mic. Will you come to watch and all? So I'm like, yeah, poi nokam. So I wanted to see what it is. Which is generally, I think even now people don't understand what is open mic, you know, or stand-up. So അവർ അത് ജസ്റ്റ് നോക്കാനാണ് വരുന്നത് എന്താണെന്ന സംഭവം. സോ അവിടെ പോയപ്പോൾ people just performing, you know, trying to make people laugh, test out their jokes. So I'm like, oh, this is nice, man. I should try doing this.
Right.
You know, just try it once. Again, that time it's not decided. This is like a hobby, you know. Like,
Right.
jolly cheyunu, but I'm doing this.
You're also working in corporate at that point.
Yeah, I'm working in corporate. I'm like, idini, how to do. അങ്ങനെ അപ്പോൾ അത് what do you say, I went, so they had kahawa. There's it's not kahawa, it's kava.
Yeah.
But people here call it kahawa.
Kahawa, yeah. There was a
തേവര,
mention there. Tevara, yeah.
തേവരയിൽ കാവ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞൊരു റെസ്റ്റോറൻറ്റ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ അവിടെ ആണ് ആദ്യമായിട്ട് I tried stand up there, and I had like 3 jokes about engineering, and actually for my luck all the audience there that day was engineering students.
So it became relatable.
So yeah, it was very relatable. They laughed, and I was like, oh, this is nice, you know.
Okay.
Because making your relatives laugh is a different case, but completely unknown people,
Strangers,
yeah,
yeah.
strangers, when they are laughing, it is it's complete. You're like, oh, this is nice. It feels like a superpower, you know. We
Okay.
say like, oh, these guys laughed, and then, you know, sometimes we'll be like, why did they laugh? Okay.
Okay.
So then I felt good. So I'm like, maybe I should do this more times, you
Okay.
know. അപ്പോൾ അത് പിന്നെ അവരുടെ കൂടെ ലൈക്ക് wherever they had mics I used to go and do, you know. Then you become part of the group. നിങ്ങൾ ഒരുമിച്ച് ഇരുന്ന് എഴുതും, whatever, you know, that activity just to improve. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു മാസം 2 മാസമൊക്കെ കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ then you start knowing about what the industry is like. അതിൽ ചെയ്യുന്ന ആൾക്കാർ പറഞ്ഞു തരും, ലൈക്ക് ഇവിടെ ഇങ്ങനെയുണ്ട്, this is how you make money, you have to put videos out, you know.
Through association, when you
Yeah,
start
yeah,
hanging
when
out
you
with these
start
people,
hanging
yeah,
out,
right,
you get
correct.
more idea. Oh, അപ്പോൾ ഇത് ഇങ്ങനെയാണ് ഇതിൻ്റെ, you know, structure. This is how you climb up, you make. So it's like you first you make 5 minutes material, then you make 10 minutes material, then you extend it to 15. When you have 15 minutes material, you can be part of a lineup show.
Right.
Lineup show എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ 4 പേരുള്ള ഷോ. അപ്പോൾ 1 മണിക്കൂർ ഷോ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. അങ്ങനെ പിന്നെ 15-30 1 hour ആകുമ്പോൾ യു ക്യാൻ ഡു യുവർ ഓൺ ഷോ. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിൻ്റെ ഇടയ്ക്ക് നമുക്ക് കുറേ പ്രൈവറ്റ് ഷോസ് കിട്ടും, കോർപ്പറേഷൻ. ദാറ്റ് ടോട്ടലി ഡിപ്പെൻഡ്സ് ഓൺ ഹൗ യു ഗ്രാബ് ഇറ്റ്, യു നോ, ഓർ ഹൗ സമ്മൺ കംസ് അപ്രോച്ചസ് യു, യു കൺവിൻസ് ദം ആൻഡ് യു ഡു ഇറ്റ് ആൻഡ് ഓൾ.
Okay.
അപ്പോൾ അതാണ് ഒരു സ്ട്രക്ചർ. സോ ദാറ്റ്സ് ദ ഹോൾ. സോ ദെൻ ഐ ടോൾഡ് മൈ പേരൻസ്, ഐ വോണ്ട് ടു ഡു ദിസ്, ഐ ഡോണ്ട് വോണ്ട് ടു വർക്ക്,
Okay.
I'll do this, this seems like what I want to do. And they were like, my mom is like, okay, if you can make money with that, you do it.
Was your dad okay?
Dad was cool. Yeah, they were not like you have to work in office and all. They are like, if you can earn with this, you show that you can earn with this, then you do it.
Like,
what is the
tried
problem?
out.
Yeah, like, okay, you do. Then my mom is like, if you can't make money with it,
How old were you when you made this decision?
like 23, 24.
23, 24.
Yeah.
So that's nice. I mean, to be honest, that is an age you can take a risk.
Yeah, you can. And they were like, see, if you can make money, you do. Otherwise, you have to come back to work, you know.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, no, come. And so then I tried. But it's very hard, man. It's very hard at that point. This is like when almost 10 years back. 10 years back, nobody even knows what stand-up in India only. Forget Kerala. അപ്പോൾ ഇന്ത്യയിൽ തന്നെ നമുക്ക് it's very skeptical. Even now they're very skeptical, you know. They'll call and they're like, ഇങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യോ അങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യോ. We're like, bro, it's അങ്ങനെ ഒന്നും ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. Okay, people call, they're like, HR meet ആണ്, HRന് വേണ്ടി ജോക്സ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമോ? We're like, പറ്റില്ല, നിങ്ങളെ ചിരിപ്പിക്കാൻ പറ്റും with my jokes. I can't do curated jokes for you, you know.
Right.
You call me to somewhere where you call me to airport, do jokes and pilot. That's not how it works.
Okay.
That's not, since you are a hospital, I'll tell you, like doctor will give the medicine.
Right,
You
yeah,
can't be like, sir, ഞാൻ ഇന്ത്യൻ ആണ്, എനിക്ക് ഒരു ഇന്ത്യൻ മെഡിസിൻ തരണം. അതൊന്നും പറ്റില്ല. മെഡിസിൻ തരും, അത് നീ കഴിച്ചാൽ നിനക്ക് ശരിയാവും.
Right.
People have no idea, you know. It is like
even now, like,
even now when we go, see, people, there's a difference. If you go to a corporate show of a comic, okay, most case scenarios, it is going to be one stupid show only. Even the
those are
comic knows.
very sanitized jokes.
Not sanitize. No, it's not about jokes. It's just the people. There are many reasons for it. One is that who would like to enjoy something sitting in the same room as their boss and colleagues, and you know, a bunch of people they fight with every day, and no one's going to be relaxed. You know, it's very hard. Adoru prashnam. See, a lot of companies now are chill. But still, the most of the corporate gigs we get are from that old style companies, you know, where, you know, എല്ലാവരും ആ ഇവന്റിൽ തന്നെ എല്ലാവരും കോട്ട് സൂട്ട് ഇട്ടായിരിക്കുന്നത്. So when we see that only, we are like, oh, this is going to be one stupid show, you know.
Right.
But we do it for the money. So we are like, they'll pay. They have some budget and all. I don't know. They want to scam some people. They'll take commission. We're like, yeah, no problem, do, man. Whatever price. As long as you're getting paid. നമ്മൾ പോവും, we try. അവർ ചിരിക്കും, 1-2 ജോക്സിനൊക്കെ ചിരിക്കും. Very stupid jokes, you know, like some, oh, husband, wife, you know, something and all. Like some WhatsApp joke, they laugh. Everything else is like, oh, like, you know, they're sitting, boss is there. You know, very, very hard environment. No comic will ever tell you that they like doing
Tough crowd.
Yeah, it's like, it's not even tough crowd. It's like waste crowd. Complete, like, അത് ചെയ്യുന്നത് തന്നെ ആർക്കും ഇഷ്ടമല്ല. But then there are also like, if a new gen companies are there that are kick ass.
Startups and all this.
Yeah, we clearly ask the guy what kind of show it is. Like, I'll give you an example. നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെ butterfly, you know butterfly, മറ്റേ ഗ്യാസ് ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്ന butterfly. we went for Butterflies event. We got hired in Grand Hyatt, okay, huge event for the distributors. And I'm telling you, actually we're making fun of this at the back because ഇവർ ഈ മിക്സിങ് ഗ്രൈൻഡർ ഒക്കെ സൽമാൻ ഖാൻ വരുന്ന പോലെയാണ് സ്റ്റേജിൽ ഇൻട്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, ലൈക്ക് യു നോ ഹൗ ഇൻ ഐഫ അവാർഡ്സ് സൽമാൻ ഖാൻ മറ്റേ ഇതിൽ വന്ന് താഴോട്ട് വരത്തില്ലേ, ഇറ്റ്സ് കമ്മിങ് ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ്. ആൻഡ് വി ആർ ലൈക്ക് ഡേ എന്തുവാണ് ഇത്, മിക്സി അല്ലേ, വാട്ട് ഇസ് ദ പ്രോബ്ലം വിത്ത് ദിസ്, ഇറ്റ്സ് സോ ഫണി. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഐ എം സീയിങ് ഇറ്റ് ഓൺ ദ സ്ക്രീൻ, like on the LED, and this huge event. I'm like, oh my god, just for this. So they're introducing new products. Appo ivarde endo juicer okke ingane pongi varu, and I was like, from far we can't even see it. I'm like, idu evidanna pongi varune. Below the stage is coming up, and we are like, dude, this is, and matte poga okke ittittu, you know, like full BGM and all. So I'm like, this is so funny, dude. Why would you do this? Like, you just display your products. This is juicer, right? Yeah. And then they had this thing like.
Did you make a joke on that over there?
That's the thing. I'm coming there. Appo adu ivaru oru gas stove undaki. Gas stove is their main thing, you know, Butterfly. Appo gas stove ഇവരുടെ പ്രശ്നം എന്താ, ഇവരെന്താ പറയുന്നത്, ഗ്യാസ് സ്റ്റവ് it will be one cylinder, like one cylinder free. Gas stove inde kuda oru cylinder free, gas cylinder free. Okay, so that is their main slogan. Then they are like, what is the real meaning of the slogan? We are like, like that, you know, kavi enda uddeshiche type of thing, where they are like, ee gas stove use cheyidal ningalku oru cylinder koravum use cheyda madi.
Oh, okay.
Which is as good as getting one free.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, what scam is this, dude? So I'm like,
how do you make that leap?
Yeah, so that is what they're saying. They're like, this is how you have to sell. Like, this is, so they're like, this is the most modernized gas stove in India. So we are like, oh, okay. Like, I mean, what is a gas stove, bro? You just switch it on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, maybe there is something we don't know. So, so they are saying that gas stove undakuna, like, this is the first 2-star gas stove in the world. 2-star. India, world, whatever, okay? So 2-star rating, which is, yeah,
kind of
so
strange, no? You would think like it's like 4 or 5 stars.
Yeah, that's the thing. No, I'll tell you the even funnier part. I'm like, who gives the rating for the gas stove? Them only. Yeah. Then give 5-star for your gas stove. Now, why you
like,
why you giving 2-star, bro? Why you making it so hard for yourself? Give the 2 rating, 3 rating, you know. So ഇതൊക്കെ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഇവന്മാരോട് നമ്മൾ ജനറലി എന്താ പറയുന്നതെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ, ബാറ് നമ്മുടെ പരിപാടി തുടങ്ങുന്നതിന് മുമ്പേ ബാറ് തുറക്കാൻ പാടില്ല. എല്ലാവരും എണ്ണീറ്റ് പോകും. വെള്ളടി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ പിന്നെ എല്ലാവരും പോകുമല്ലോ. സോ നമ്മൾ വരെ അവരുടെ കൂടെ പോകും. സോ വി ആർ ലൈക്ക്, വൈ ടു, യുനോ, വി ആർ ലൈക്ക്, പരിപാടി ഒരു 30 minutes കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് they are like, we say you serve on the table if you want, no problem, you bring it here, see, this is only for you. നമുക്ക് പ്രശ്നമില്ല, ആരും ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യത്തില്ല, അത്രേ ഉള്ളൂ. ബട്ട് യു ഹവ് പെയ്ഡ് us. We want the client to be like, oh, it was a great experience, you know. അപ്പോൾ അത് കൊടുക്കണമെങ്കിൽ ആൾക്കാർ അറ്റൻറ്റീവ് ആയിരിക്കണം. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ യൂഷ്വലി ഓപ്പണിംഗ് ഷോ കൊണ്ടുപോകും. നമ്മുടെ കൂടെ ഒരു 10 minute വിൽ ടേക്ക് അതർ കോമിക്സ്, സോ ദേ ഗെറ്റ് യൂസ് ഓഫ് കോർപ്പറേറ്റ്. അപ്പോൾ അവർക്ക് അതൊരു ഹാബിറ്റായി വരുമ്പോൾ ദേ ക്യാൻ ഹാവ് ദെയർ ഓൺ കോർപ്പറേറ്റ് ഷോ എന്നുള്ളത്. അപ്പോൾ അന്ന് എൻ്റെ കൂടെ ഒരു ചെക്കൻ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ അവൻ പുറകെ ഫുൾ ഹീസ് ലൈക്ക് പ്രാക്ടീസിങ് സോ മച്ച് ആൻഡ് ഓൾ. ഐ ആം ലൈക്ക്, ബ്രോ, ഡോണ്ട് ഡു ഓൾ ദിസ്. ഐ ആം ലൈക്ക്, ജസ്റ്റ് റിലാക്സ്, ഓക്കെ. ഐ ആം ലൈക്ക്, ഇറ്റ്സ് ഗോൺ ടു ബി എ വെരി ബാഡ് ഷോ, യു റിലാക്സ്. എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ നമുക്ക് കാണാം, ഇത് ദിസ് ആർ ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂട്ടേഴ്സ്, ലൈക്ക് വെരി മറ്റേ ബ്രോഡ്വേയിലൊക്കെ ഇരിക്കുന്ന ടൈപ്പ്. സോ ഇവരോട് നമുക്ക് വലിയ കൂടുതലൊന്നും പറ്റാൻ പറ്റില്ല, നമ്മൾ നമ്മുടെ കാര്യം പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് പോവാ, യുനോ. സോ ബട്ട് ദ ബെസ്റ്റ് പാർട്ട് ഇസ് ദെയർ വാസ് ദിസ് MC ലേഡി. അപ്പോൾ ഇവള് നമ്മളോട് പേരൊക്കെ ചോദിച്ചു. ഷീ ലൈക്ക് കോൾ യു ഓൺ എന്ന് പറയുന്നതിന് 2 സെക്കൻഡ് മുമ്പേ ദാറ്റ് GM വാസ് ലൈക്ക്, ഇവർ ബാർ തുറന്നു എന്ന് പറ, ഇവർക്ക് ബാർ വിൽ ഗിവ്, യുനോ, ദാറ്റ്. സോ ഐ ആം ലൈക്ക്, ബാർ ഒന്നും തുറക്കല്ലേ, യുനോ, ദാറ്റ്. ആൻഡ് ദിസ് ഇസ് ലൈക്ക് സം 500 people are there. അപ്പൊ ഈ ലേഡി ടോൾഡ് ലൈക്ക് ബാർ തുറന്നു. ഐ ആം ടെല്ലിങ് യു. ദെൻ ഷീ ഈസ് ലൈക്ക്, ഓക്കെ, നൗ വി ഹാവ് സ്റ്റാൻഡപ്പ് കോമഡി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ആദ്യത്തെ ആക്ടിനെ വിളിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഇവൻ കാണുന്നത് ആൾക്കാരുടെ ബാക്ക് സൈഡാ. Because 500 people have got up and left, you know. So we are like, what is this, like that. So I'm looking from there. There are like 4 guys sitting there. List out of 500, there are 4 guys sitting, and there is my manager Jubin and the event manager who called us. These 2 and 4 guys, okay. So even 10 minutes പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോഴേക്കും ബാക്കി 3 പേര് എണീറ്റ് പോയി. So there's like one guy, event manager, my manager, പുള്ളി ഇങ്ങനെ ഇരിക്കുക. I am like, എടാ ഇവനോട് എണ്ണീറ്റ് പോയി നമുക്ക് വീട്ടിൽ പോകാം. He is very eagerly sitting. So now it became like a podcast, you know. Me and him, it's not an event. So I'm like, ചേട്ടാ ഇതാണ് അതാണെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. I honestly think it was pressure, because he was like, "Ayo, how will I get up and go?"
Yeah,
When
no,
this guy, he just got stuck.
It's
Okay?
like the kid who made locked eyes with the teacher.
Yeah.
Like,
So
"No, I can't move."
I'm like, "Ayo, like that." So after 10 minutes, even I started feeling too pressurized because there's like, I've never performed for one guy. What is this? Now this looks like a cabaret more than stand up, Like,
Performance anxiety.
like I'm like lap dance I'll have to give him. So I asked them, in the end, Alagete, like that, I'll
Shall
close
we
it.
continue?
So I actually called out people. I told guys, if you can come back and sit.
Right.
I started saying this guy won't feel lonely. They don't care. They've gone, and this is a huge space.
And you were doing these jokes in English or Malayalam?
We'll do in any language if they
Okay.
come and sit. Okay.
No.
I
For
can
that
do-
show,
For that show, we were doing in English and Hindi.
Okay.
Because it's mainly Gujaratiകളായിരുന്നു അവരുടെ crowd.
Okay.
So because I used to do Hindi when I used to perform in Oman and Dubai, I used to do in Hindi.
Oh, you did.
I can do Hindi English also.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that is that mainly because all my childhood friends are North Indians. നമ്മൾ നിൽക്കുന്ന അവിടെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. So
Okay.
I knew Hindi because I didn't have contact with Malayalam. I knew Hindi more fluently than Malayalam. Malayalam പിന്നെ ഇവിടെ എത്തിയിട്ടാണ് കുറച്ച് after I joined college, it became smooth.
Okay.
Not like I didn't know at all. I knew I could read, write and all, but smooth, more faster. ഇവിടെ വന്നിട്ടാണ്.
Okay.
So, but this one, so this is the case. I'm like, so then I told him like, if you want to get up and go, you can. He was like, oh, thank God, you can go. This is the whole like corporate shows. Generally, but there have also been like we went to Le Méridien for a startup, and it was one of the best corporate shows. So much fun.
Okay.
Because those guys were like, I feel little extra fun. They were talking back. They were ready to talk, not talking back, like they were going along.
Yeah. You're getting crowd feedback.
Yeah, crowd feedback, and they were writing names of people that I have to pick on. And they gave a list,
Very engaging.
Yeah. So നമ്മളിങ്ങനെ പേര് ചോദിച്ച ഇയാളാണോ like that, So like that is fun. അപ്പോൾ that was a very fun event. പിന്നെ കുറേ ഉണ്ട്, like I think Trivandrum also we've had a lot of great shows. പക്ഷേ that's the thing. So money making, when it comes to that, it is still, see how stand-up comedians in USA, okay, അവിടെ ഈവൻ എ നോട്ട് വെൽ നോൺ മീൻസ് നമുക്ക് അറിയില്ലായിരിക്കും, അയാൾ കുറേ കാലമായിട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്ന കോമിക് ആയിരിക്കും, അയാൾക്ക് വരെ കാശുണ്ടാക്കാനുള്ള ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റി അവിടെ ഉണ്ട്, ബിക്കോസ് ദേ ആർ വെരി മച്ച് റെസ്പെക്റ്റഡ് ഫോർ ദെയർ എഫേർട്ട്. അവർക്ക് ബിക്കോസ് എനിത്തിങ് യു സി SNL, സാറ്റർഡേ നൈറ്റ് ലൈവ് ഓർ എനി അതർ കൈൻഡ് ഓഫ് സിറ്റ്കോം, ഇതിലൊക്കെ എഴുതുന്ന ഇവന്മാരാണ്. ദ സ്റ്റാൻഡപ്പ് കോമിക്സ്, they become actors, or they, like whoever, Adam Sandler.
I think they get a break as a writer, or they
yeah, whatever, you can get a break as a writer, even as a stand-up comic. Dude, you should see that even a base level stand-up comic tours like 30-40 cities in USA. Here only Kenny Sebastian level comics tour like 40-50 cities pattuanangi in India. You understood? So we want to change that. Like,
is that mainly because of a language barrier thing?
No, it's not about language barrier thing. It is mainly because that I think Indians are not very used to live entertainment. They're not used to it. When they hear live entertainment, they'll only go for Carnatic music or something like that. They're not used to this kind of, they're not used to paying for this kind of art form. They're cool with going for a function and seeing this person.
What about like bands and musical acts? Like, I'm not just Carnatic music. I'm saying
No, I'm saying that's what the whole thing is. See, that kind of, like, for example, bands, okay, if you're going to watch a band in a music fest like Ocha or whatever, that gives a complete different ambience.
Right.
It is, see, even that, see, bands in a poem, ആ ലെവലിലുള്ള സാധനം വന്നാൽ they'll come for stand up also. That's what I'm saying. Even when you say bands, you don't have these bands don't perform in 50 cities in India, bro. They don't. They have one major festival in Kochi. They don't have it elsewhere. In Kozhikode or Trivandrum also they don't have. But what I'm saying is, if it's like US ആണെങ്കിൽ Trivandrum, Kozhikode, Kottayam, Thrissur, ഇവർക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു സിറ്റി തന്നെ അവർക്ക് ടൂറിന് പോവാം in one state. Yeah, it's a cultural thing. അത് നമുക്ക് വന്നിട്ടില്ല. Here they are, see, here if you say band now, പള്ളിപ്പറമ്പിലും അമ്പലപ്പറമ്പിലും there is DJ. Okay.
Correct, yes.
So people are like, എനിക്ക് ഫ്രീ ആയിട്ട് അവിടെ കിട്ടുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ എന്തിനാ 1500 കൊടുത്തിട്ട് ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വരണ്ടേ, യുനോ ദാറ്റ് ഹോൾ കൈൻഡ് ഓഫ് തിങ്സ്. സോ ആ ഒരു മെൻറ്റാലിറ്റി, dude, people don't even what do you say, if you go slightly outside, you know, even this city, you go outside the city, people still think what paying $80 for a coffee is too much.
Yeah, that is true.
So that's the thing. So I'm not saying pay, I'm like pay 10 rupees only, no problem. It's the same. Filter coffee is much better. But what I'm saying is a cultural change vannale namukku koodal cities cheyan pattullu. Second thing is that the writers, for example, uh, I also think that stand-up comics as a whole have not proved a lot in India, you know. It's still growing. ഇതിപ്പോൾ നമുക്കൊരു ലിമിറ്റഡ് ആൾക്കാരേ ഉള്ളൂ.
It is still seen as a very urban elite kind of entertainment.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And because it's still mostly in English or Hindi.
Correct.
Right? Malayalam or
See,
like in local language, I'm saying like you go to Bangalore in Kannada.
There are people who do in Kannada, there are people who do in Gujarati, there are people who do in Hindi.
Hindi is plenty.
Yeah,
Hindi is plenty.
There are people who do, I think in Chennai, I heard now the whole scene is Tamil. ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് തീരെ ലൈക്ക് അവിടെ നിന്നുള്ള ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് കോമിക്സ് ഒക്കെ ഭയങ്കര കുറവാണ്. അവരെല്ലാം ബാംഗ്ലൂരിലോട്ട് മൂവ് ചെയ്യുക.
Okay.
Because the whole scene is Tamil.
Right.
For us, the thing is that my main issue here is that, no, it's not an issue. I just think that, see, when you say Malayalam stand-up comedy, there are plenty of people like that, you know. I think Jayaraj Warrior is there.
Jayaraj Warrior was one of the first people I remember as a kid. Yeah. I remember, thank you for mentioning, like when I saw him on screen.
Yeah, yeah.
This was around the same time I was getting introduced to American stand-up comedy.
Correct.
Right? And then I saw this guy, it was some Kerala, I think art, some Kerala, I think the Kalosam or something. Yeah. This guy was performing and I thought to myself, and my parents didn't know this.
Correct.
They weren't aware of stand-up comedy.
Yeah, Russell Peters. Here you call it like Kada Prasangam or mimicry or whatever, you know. That only it's same.
And I saw like, this is stand-up comedy.
Yeah, that only. So the whole thing is, if we what do you say? If you say stand up, that means people who are very aligned to that industry. It is very അങ്ങനെ ആണെങ്കിൽ it is who are doing stand up now, you know. പക്ഷേ technically anyone who is saying funny shit on stage is a stand up comic only if he is taking it as a serious career option, you know. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ നോക്കുമ്പോൾ ദിലീപ് is also stand up comedian, Jairam is also stand up comedian, all these people who did mimicry
artists,
they are all it's
comedian.
part of stand up only. Mimicry is one form of stand up you can do. So
Ivada, do you think people still associate that with mimicry? Is that why that transition is difficult? Like other Anagunda as a
yes. Yeah, the whole, see, the thing is that one, you said, see, it's not a language barrier problem. I think all the Malayalis, most of them understand English, and even if they can't speak fluently, they understand. If you tell them, they understand the jokes, and we do mainly Manglish.
Yeah, you know? Exactly.
We do mix with Malayalam, with English, because some things you can't say in Malayalam, it won't be funny. Some things if you say in English, it won't be funny, you have to say it in Malayalam.
Yeah.
Appa adu nammal, it's a great thing that we can mix it. And so people, the main problem is that what we are trying to change is that if one guy is trying, be like, okay, this weekend I want to do something fun, then stand-up comedy has to be an option as well in his list of things, you know, like
exactly,
like drink, watch movie, okay, let's go for a stand-up. അപ്പോൾ ഈ സ്റ്റാൻഡപ്പ് അങ്ങനെ ആണെങ്കിൽ ഇറ്റ്സ് നോട്ട് ഓൺലി ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ് പേഴ്സൺ, ഇറ്റ്സ് ഈവൻ വി ഹാവ് ടു വർക്ക് ദാറ്റ് ഹാർഡ്, യു നോ. വി ഹാവ് ടു ഹാവ് we're trying to, what we're trying to do is break out, you say break out artists, you know, means it just spreads, like people are like, oh, this is fun, like that, you know. Oh, Kerala has its own artist now. അപ്പോൾ അത് ചെയ്യാനാണ് നമ്മുടെ this year, that's our plan, that we have, you know, we have doing more recording shows and we are planning to put out. So I've already put out videos, like last month I put, and it's getting great views. People are like the thing is, comments are coming saying like, oh, ipo Keralathil there is stand up comedy, and we are like, bro, it's been there for 10 years. You are knowing it now, you know. So adu nammal ipo korchudi serious aayittu thodangittundu. So because when people say, hey, why don't you record and put, it seems very easy.
Right.
പക്ഷേ അതിൽ കുറേ കാര്യങ്ങളുണ്ട്, like you can't simply record one joke and put out.
Right.
Because you have to calculate, like, does this have shareable value, you know. Otherwise you're simply putting one joke there, അതിനൊരു 5,000 views കിട്ടും, and it's over, you know. And you have put one joke out also. Why? You could have made money with that joke in a corporate show. The whole idea is that if you put a joke out, you can't repeat it. that is not allowed. Because
Okay.
if someone's paying you, then if they can see this for free on internet, on your Insta page, then why are you
But
getting paid for?
comedians often do repeat their sets,
They
right? Like,
repeat their sets, which is not put out. Set repetition is there. That is when you get it perfect.
okay.
കുറേ സമയത്ത് ഈ സെറ്റ് ചെയ്താലാണ് അത് നല്ല ടൈറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് അതിൻ്റെ പോസസ് ഒക്കെ കറക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് അതിൻ്റെ പഞ്ച് ലൈൻ ഒക്കെ കറക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് വരുന്നത്. ബട്ട് ഇഫ് ഐ പോസ്റ്റ് ദിസ് വീഡിയോ ഓൺലൈൻ, ദെൻ ദർ ഇസ് നോ സെൻസ് ഇൻ മീ ഡൂയിങ് ഇറ്റ്. Because if someone's paying me, some 60-70K for a corporate show, and I am doing the whole set that is there on YouTube,
Okay.
എന്നാ അയാൾക്ക് യൂട്യൂബ് പ്ലേ ചെയ്തൂടെ അവിടെ? Why is he paying me? He could have just played that there.
Who? I think it was Andrew Schultz who recently just put out his entire special on YouTube for free.
Yeah, not only Andrew Schultz, even Kannan Gill has put it out.
Yeah, they put it on YouTube for
And
free. Yeah.
they put it on because they so what is happening now is that I think Netflix, Amazon Prime and all are not very interested in buying or at least those deals are not great.
The specials.
Yeah, the specials before it used to be. I think Dave Chappelle has some crazy deal. That's why he does his new special came out now. അപ്പോൾ പുള്ളിക്കൊക്കെ $multi-million deals ആയിരിക്കും. Or huge Dave Chappelle. അപ്പോൾ പുള്ളി അങ്ങനത്തെ what they do is ഈ സ്മോളർ ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റിന് അങ്ങനത്തെ ഡീലിനെക്കാളും ബെറ്റർ they have a better shot at YouTube.
You'll get more exposure and more reach.
You'll get exposure, more reach. You can get at least I think you might even get paid more if your video does better. You know. And now with the subscription model, people I think are minting money on YouTube. It is I think Samir Raina, Samir Raina.
Yeah.
Samir Raina himself was like ഒരു മാസത്തിൽ from India's Got Latent they were making 3 to 5 crores, and the subscription 59 rupees. Which is a very smart move, because to watch India's Got Latent, you can be anyone can watch, from CEO to auto driver, everyone will understand the show. So, and when it comes to 59 rupees, even school kids will subscribe to YouTube.
Absolutely.
Apo they have his app, they made an app, India's Got Latent. That was the most downloaded app in India.
Oh wow. Okay.
On Play Store and Apple.
Okay.
So, and I think all this Netflix, TV, everyone was giving him deals which he was not taking. Because he's like, our creative freedom will get affected, and IGL is that kind of show. India's Got Latent, you can say anything anywhere you want. അപ്പോൾ അതൊക്കെ പ്രശ്നമാവും. അപ്പോൾ now people are saying that ഇവരെല്ലാം കൂടി അവനൊരു പണി കൊടുക്കുന്നതാണെന്നാണ് people are saying, to shut up India's Got Latent, because he was going to start his own OTT. That's how much influence that show had.
Right.
So Netflix is like, അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ എന്താ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഇത്രയും കാലം, like that. So I mean, whoever, like Sony and all those people.
Yeah.
So പക്ഷേ there are also so that's what I was like saying, that the money making opportunities are very limited for stand-up comics now, because US ലാണെങ്കിൽ anything you see funny is written by almost a stand-up comic only. They write shows, they write commercials, they write movies, they make movies. I think Adam Sandler, Dave Chappelle, they all have movies.
Yeah.
പിന്നെ വേറെ കുറേ comics ഉണ്ട്. So അവരുടെ Bill Burr is there in movies.
So that is I think, like, as any artist, just my opinion, as any artist, you start off as one, either a musician, as a dancer, as a stand-up comedian, or something. But then as you reach a particular level, you make enough money, and then you have to diversify. You need you need to reinvest, and obviously you reinvest in entertainment.
Correct.
Other aspects of entertainment. So I think Adam Sandler is a natural progression for him. From, I think he started as a writer, then as one of the main cast members of SNL, then he became an actor. Now he's, I think, a producer, and he's Adam Sandler now.
Whatever
He's Adam Sandler. And he's an Oscar. He won an Oscar as well, right?
Yeah. No, I think, see, as a artist, I think even musicians also, I think in school only.
Yeah.
Musician or stand-up comic, the biggest benefit of this is that if you don't have anything, if you're a selling artist, then you can always sell tickets. That is always a guaranteed revenue for you,
But you have to stay relevant, right? I mean,
yeah. You have to stay. See, relevancy. The thing is that if you're right, you have to stay relevant. Relevant എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ you shouldn't be doing like those 10-year-old jokes now, because people have changed, അപ്പോൾ ആ സെയിം ലെവലിലല്ല. യു ഹാവ് ടു സീ വാട്ട് ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് യു ക്യാൻ ഡു, ഓർ വാട്ട് യു ക്യാൻ ടോക്ക് അബൌട്ട്. ആ സ്റ്റൈൽ സെയിം ആയാൽ കുഴപ്പമില്ല, ഇറ്റ്സ് ഓക്കെ. ബട്ട് യു നീഡ് ടു ബി, യു കാൺട്ട് ഹാവ് ദ സെയിം മെൻറ്റാലിറ്റി യു ഹാഡ് 15 years back. because it won't apply now.
Because I don't know if you caught this. So I think it was his last special or something, Russell Peters.
Yeah.
He was doing this bit in somewhere in the Middle East. It was, I think, Abu Dhabi or
Yeah.
Dubai or something. Abu Dhabi, right? And like you, I also grew up on Russell Peters.
Correct,
like,
correct,
like Gulfy Kid, one of my major introductions into comedy was Russell Peters. The first
Yeah.
time I saw him, I was like, wow, an Indian on stage doing this, and he's killing it. It's like mind blown, right? But then now he's like much older and he's mellowed down as well. When they're younger, you can see they have that fire.
Yeah.
And so now he's like much more
Now
older.
he's made a lot of money.
Yeah, he
He's
made a
like,
lot. He doesn't
I
have
think
it.
he's
Now
just time pass.
he's doing this for the fun, just because he's Russell Peters,
Yeah.
right? And he was doing this, and I was watching that show, and there was this bit where he was picking, was talking to a person for the audience. It was this young kid, right? I think a kid with his or her, I think it was a boy with his mom or someone, right? And he was trying to make some jokes which I think he intended to relate to that generation, to Gen Z. For me, it felt like it wasn't landing at all.
Correct.
And I think even that kid was feeling a bit cringe, like a bit. But then again, this is like Russell Peters, because
Yeah.
we've seen him in his prime. So, but this happens to everyone, even athletes, actors, everyone,
Yeah.
right? This is what I said, like about being relevant.
Allah, I'd see. The thing is that for Russell Peters, for example, Russell Peters doesn't need to do that joke.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah. He is Russell Peters.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's best you don't do anything. So at least that respect will be there for you. You're like, this guy was good. And you can see that when you take that case, I don't know if you watch Dave Chappelle's specials.
Yeah, I do.
Have you watched that 91? He had a special called "Killing Them Softly."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a famous one.
Yeah, it was very famous.
Very
Famous. About that, from there to now, what he's doing on stage.
Yeah, it's much
so
more
different.
much more serious.
Yeah,
much more,
right now he tells stories.
Yeah, he tells stories.
He doesn't say jokes and all. He says stories. In between, he will say.
But he circles it back to a previous back to a punchline or something.
And then he will say this joke and adu cheyda madiyallo. He's not doing any Gen Z thing. He's not doing anything. He's doing his own thing.
Right.
Appa adu correctly it's being resonated. Yeah. Now if you try to, when you say I want to stay relevant and you start doing what they're doing, it's not you, man. It's not even your inborn nature. Why would you do that? Like you wouldn't. Right. So namakku what do you say? On stage you can only, stage is especially stand up is exactly about what you are. You can't hide it.
Right.
If you hide it, then people come to know, like just now, how you are like it was cringe. I didn't like it. That's because it is not like people subconsciously have a thing about you.
Right.
That's when it works. Anyone you take, like Dave Chappelle ആണെങ്കിൽ ഇത്, Bill Burr ആണെങ്കിൽ ഇത്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ whatever, Matt Rife now he's doing crowd work show.
Yeah, he's doing crowd. Yeah.
അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ, so you have a perception that this is this kind of guy, this is this kind of guy, അപ്പോൾ അതുണ്ടാവുമ്പോൾ you can't, if you change it, then people might not go with that flow.
Okay.
They'll be like, what is this guy doing, like that. So that vibe exchange won't be there.
Okay.
You won't feel comfortable. You will get agitated. Internally, not like you will be like that.
Yeah,
but
you feel a little bit of unease.
Yeah, appo adu varumbo, then you have lost the cause. Now no one laugh when they're uneasy. It's hard.
Exactly. Yeah. It'll be awkward.
It will be awkward.
Yeah.
It won't be that happy laughter.
Yeah.
When you leave the room, you won't be satisfied.
Right.
അപ്പോൾ അത് ചെയ്തിട്ട് കാര്യമില്ല. You have to be you only. And relevant എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ it all circles back, bro. Now everything is, whatever was out of fashion is coming back to fashion now.
Fashion's always cyclical.
Yeah,
like
cyclical.
I see modern kid Gen Z wearing these baggy jeans.
Yeah,
I look at them
bell
like,
bottom and all
why
that.
did I throw away my old jeans?
So
I could have flipped them at a price at a markup right now. Like,
so അങ്ങനെ കുറെ flips now people want wired headphones. They're back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, arey.
Common sense has returned.
Yeah. Because wired makes sense, bro. Because
Yeah,
if you pass out with it, it's with you only. It's not going anywhere.
I read the number of people who lost, like, I lost one pod.
Yeah, one earpod you lose and it's gone somewhere. So അതൊക്കെയാണ് അതിന്റെ പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ. And then you have to charge it and all. Just കുത്തിയിട്ട്, like so much that phones don't have jacks now to put the wired. So that is how apart range changes. I don't think that's the case.
Coming back to what he said about Kochi, So this is something which I've thought of quite often. Like over here right now on a weekend night, if you want to go out for entertainment, the only thing is going out for a couple of drinks and
Yeah.
going to one of the clubs or bars, right? And it's
Yeah.
always loud music.
Yeah, yeah.
I've always wondered, like, since you said you want to do more for the comedy scene here, why can't you do something with one of these bars? I mean, just you can approach them.
Yeah.
Have a comedy night where people are sitting, drinks are served on the table.
We can
But,
do, but the thing is,
like,
see,
do you think that will work over here?
that'll work if people are coming and people are ready to do it. It'll work. It's not a big problem. But the main issue is that no bar wants to lose that sales over this. That's the thing.
Right.
So if we are doing it, if let's say first of all, we don't recommend here doing in bars because people don't know. If a stand-up event പോകുമ്പോൾ there is a way you would attend a stand-up event also. Like here, people think you can just scream anything, especially when they're drunk. Okay.
Okay.
That is cool. You can scream, you can have fun and all.
I mean, that's hecklers, right? Isn't that like
Yeah.
part
That's
of
hecklers.
your,
But the thing is that hecklers like you can't stop the heckler. You know, it just keeps going. നമ്മൾ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട് when Fly High was there, we have done there. Okay. We have done one comedy night there, and everything was good. But there's one drunk guy who kept coming on stage, and he was like, "എൻ്റെ കയ്യിൽ കുറച്ച് WhatsApp jokes ഉണ്ട്, ഇതും നീ പറ." And I'm like, so I started making fun of him. I'm like, oh my god, that's your nudes, that's not WhatsApp joke. എന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് ചുമ്മാ എന്തെങ്കിലുമൊക്കെ പുള്ളിയോട് പറഞ്ഞിടും. But the whole thing is that it is very, you know, the thing is people, there's a lot of serving in between. You know, a lot of noise around. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ബാറിൽ പ്രശ്നം എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഇവർ ഒരു പോർഷൻ മാത്രമേ സ്റ്റാൻഡപ്പിന് തരത്തുള്ളൂ. ബാക്കി സൈഡിൽ ഇറ്റ് ബി നോർമൽ, വിച്ച് ഇസ് ഫെയർ ബിക്കോസ് ദേ കാൻ ഷട്ട് ഡൗൺ ദ ഹോൾ പ്ലേസ് ഫോർ യു നോ ഫോർ ദ ഇവന്റ്. സോ അങ്ങനെ പ്രശ്നമാവുന്ന എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ആ സൈഡിൽ ഇറ്റ്സ് ടു നോയ്സി, ആൻഡ് ഇഫ് ദർ ഇസ് ഡിസ്ട്രാക്ഷൻ പീപ്പിൾ വോണ്ട് പേ ഫുൾ അറ്റൻഷൻ ടു ദ കോമിക്. ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ബി ലൈക്ക് മൈ സൗണ്ട് ഇസ് ജസ്റ്റ് അനദർ നോയ്സ് along with this noise. You know, there is like small music there, tick chack. And here there is, you know, they have to really strain to actually get entertained. അപ്പോൾ അത് നമുക്ക് ചെയ്യാം. Like I think outside what you see in US is that those bars are technically only for comedy.
Right. Like a comedy store.
A comedy store or, you know, some underground place. അപ്പോൾ അവിടെ അവർക്ക് അതിനു വേണ്ടി അവർ സെറ്റപ്പ് ഉണ്ടാക്കും.
Comedy clubs basically.
Yeah, it's comedy clubs, and they serve alcohol, they serve everything, and it could be one portion. That place will have another club also. അവർക്ക് ക്ലബിംഗ് ഉണ്ട്, സ്ഥലം ഉണ്ടാവും. But most of the cases it is that you know, they are doing it in a place that is designated for comedy. ആൾക്കാർക്ക് അറിയാം അവർ നമ്മൾ കോമഡിക്കാണ് അവിടെ വന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്, നമുക്കത് ചെയ്യാം. സോ ഇഫ് യു ആർ ഡൂയിങ് എ ക്യൂറേറ്റഡ് ഇവന്റ് വിത്ത് people who know what is stand-up comedy, it is a secluded room from the other activities, then it is a great place to do. We can do it. It's not a big. I think we have done in Avenue region also. മറ്റേ മെസോന്റെ ഓപ്പോസിറ്റ് അവർക്ക് ഒരു റൂം ഉണ്ട്.
Right. Yeah. The old what is it called?
That only
longevity.
Longevity, correct.
പഴയ
പഴയ ലോഞ്ചിവിറ്റിയിൽ നമ്മൾ ഷോ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. And it's fair, it's good only because you can serve alcohol there. And food also can come there, and that was quite peaceful because it was not disturbed.
Because the crowd is also aware of how to conduct themselves during a comedy show.
Exactly, they have to be aware. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് mainly we are cool with heckling and all that, പക്ഷേ അത് it should not break the complete flow of the show, you know.
Right.
Then it's not fair for the other people also who have come. They have paid and come. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഇങ്ങനെ it's great, it's നമുക്ക് ചെയ്യാം. പക്ഷേ again main thing is that high selling clubs will never you know, give away for
the space
comedy,
because for them they need to maximize the number of
Saturday
seating,
Sunday
right?
they will be making lakhs, man, from people. അപ്പോൾ അതിൽ നമുക്ക് best we can do is maybe lunch time some comedy, you know, or something like that we can try.
This is also comedy is a sitting audience.
Correct, it's a sitting audience.
Is always lesser than standing audience. Like in a bar or a nightclub,
standing means you can pack them in
just
front of the
can of
DJ.
sardines, you just shove them in. അപ്പോൾ അതാണ് മെയിൻ പ്രോബ്ലം. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ലഞ്ച് ടൈമിന് വേണമെങ്കിൽ we can do this as entertainment, but again the whole problem we face now is that ഇതെന്താന്ന് കറക്റ്റായിട്ട് അറിയാത്ത, ഈവൻ ദ സ്റ്റാഫ് ഡസൻറ്റ് നോ. ലൈക്ക് ദ മാനേജർ വെൻ വി ടെല്ലും നമുക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ വേണം, ലൈക്ക് there has to be pillars ഉള്ള സ്ഥലത്ത് നമുക്ക് പില്ലർ അവോയ്ഡ് ചെയ്തിരുത്തണം ആൾക്കാർ, so that they can know. They should not feel too disconnected from the stage. Right.
That is one problem. That if so there was this venue called Steam and Mugs. in Kakanad.
Kakanad, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they have that German architecture and hotel. Very looks very nice. Very nice it looks. അവിടെ നമ്മൾ ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് പ്രശ്നം എന്തായിരുന്നു വെച്ചാൽ സ്റ്റേജ് ഇസ് ഹിയർ ആൻഡ് ദ ഫസ്റ്റ് ടേബിൾ ഇസ് ലൈക്ക് ദെയർ ഇസ് വെരി ഫാർ ആൻഡ് ഇറ്റ് കാൻ ബി ചേഞ്ച്ഡ് ബിക്കോസ് ഈ ഡോറിന്റെ എൻട്രി ഡോർ അവരുടെ സ്ഥലം എൻ്റർ ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഇങ്ങനെയാണ് ആൻഡ് ദെൻ ദർ ഇസ് കിച്ചൺ ലൈക്ക് കിച്ചന്റെ ഡോർ ഇവിടെയാണ് അപ്പോൾ അത്രയും സ്പേസ് ഇസ് ഗോൺ. So I can't hold the crowd that far, you know. It's impossible. No one can do it because it is like they have to feel closer. If you see stand up is the art form where people sit there like
right in front.
Yeah, you can hit legs like that. അത്ര അടുത്താണ് ഇവർ ക്ലബ്സിൽ ഇരിക്കുന്നത് ആൻഡ് ഇറ്റ് ഹാസ് ടു ബി ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ് only. എന്നാലേ അവർ ആ ഇതിൽ അപ്പോൾ ഈ ക്ലബ്സിലൊക്കെ മെയിൻ പ്രശ്നം എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഈ 3-4 ടേബിൾ നമുക്ക് ഹോൾഡ് ചെയ്ത് വെക്കാൻ പറ്റും, പക്ഷെ ബാക്കിയുള്ള അടുത്ത് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ഹാർഡ്. അത് ഓൾസോ ബിക്കോസ് പീപ്പിൾ ആർ സ്റ്റിൽ ന്യൂ, സോ ദേ ആർ ലൈക്ക് ഓക്കെ എന്നാൽ ഞാനൊന്ന് ഫോണൊന്ന് ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യട്ടെ അതിൻ്റെ ഇടയ്ക്ക്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇവർ തമ്മിൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും സംസാരിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങും, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അവർ എന്തെങ്കിലും ഓർഡർ പറയാൻ വിളിക്കും, അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ. സോ ഇപ്പോൾ ഈ കോമഡിയൊക്കെ നടക്കുന്ന ക്ലബ്സിൽ ദേ ഹാവ് ദിസ് ഓർഡറിങ് ടൈം, യുനോ. സോ അവർക്ക് എന്താ പ്രശ്നം, അവർക്ക് എങ്ങനെയാണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ അവർക്ക് ഹോസ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ടാവും. They'll have a host who will come in between and talk and then he calls on the acts. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഹോസ്റ്റ് ഉള്ള സമയത്ത് അവർക്ക് ഓർഡർ ചെയ്യാനുള്ള സ്പേസ് ഉണ്ടാവും. He will say you can order whatever
in between acts.
So for him disturbance is cool because he's not come there to do his set, he's come as a host.
Either way.
Yeah, he gets
probably
paid
a resident or he's on a fixed pay or something.
പുള്ളിയും സ്റ്റാൻഡ് അപ്പ് comedian ആയിരിക്കും, but that day he's hosting.
Correct.
So he doesn't care. അപ്പോൾ അതെന്താന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ആ സമയത്ത് അവർക്ക് ഓർഡർ ചെയ്യും. എന്നിട്ട് when he feels everything is calmed down, he'll say okay, I'm going to call on the act, and it will be like a 10-15 minute act, and that act will not be, he'll be heckled is up to them. Heckling is a big culture in US, and they have fun with that. Appo that is another problem here. Heckling, people take it little seriously, okay. Like even if you say something, ipo nammal Dubai-lake heckle cheyumbo they have fun. Okay, because first when I went to Dubai, I used to shit my pants because it is very different. Like അവിടത്തെ ഇപ്പോൾ ഒമാൻ ദുബായ് ഒക്കെ ആണെങ്കിൽ ഇത് ക്രൗഡ് ഇസ് വെരി ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ്. ക്രൗഡ് ഇസ് ലൈക്ക് ഇന്ത്യൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞൊരു സാധനമേ ക്രൗഡിലില്ല. ഇറ്റ്സ് ഓൾ ലൈക്ക് വൈറ്റ് അറബ്സ്, യൂറോപ്യൻസ്, അമേരിക്കൻസ്, യുനോ ദീസ് ആഫ്രിക്കൻസ്, ഇങ്ങനത്തെ കുറേ ലൈക്ക് യുനോ വടവർ ഫിലിപ്പിനോ, ഇവരൊക്കെയാണ് വെരി മൾട്ടി കൾച്ചറൽ. ഇവന്മാര് ഫസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ഓൾ ഈ ഫിലിപ്പിനോ പറയുന്നത് എന്താണെന്ന് അവനും അറിയില്ല, അവൻ പറയുന്നത് എനിക്കും അറിയില്ല. ഇറ്റ്സ് സോ ഹാർഡ്, ലൈക്ക് ഇറ്റ്സ് സോ ജസ്റ്റ് സിറ്റിംഗ് ദർ. അപ്പോൾ അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ഐ ആം ഡൂയിങ് ഓൾ ദിസ് ഇന്ത്യൻ ജോക്സ് ഫ്രം ഹിയർ, റോഡ് പൊളിറ്റിക്സ് എന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞ് അവിടെ പോകുമ്പോൾ ഇവന്മാരോട് ഇതൊന്നും പറയാൻ പറ്റില്ലല്ലോ, യുനോ. സോ ആൻഡ് ഓൾസോ ദ തിങ് ഇസ് ദേ സേ സ്റ്റഫ് ബാക്ക് ആൻഡ് ദെൻ ലൈക്ക് ദ ക്രൗഡ് ലാഫ്സ്. Okay. Crowd laughs, but I have not understood what he said. So I'm like, even എന്താ പറഞ്ഞേ like that. So then I started. So I'm like, I didn't even understand what this guy said. So then crowd started laughing even more. Right. Okay. So then I'm like, okay, you know, and they're cool. Like it's appo angante oru, and they get very like ipo these clubs are very you know, they know if someone is disturbing the show too much, avaru pulli eduthondo.
Correct.
They'll escort them outside.
Yeah, there's a difference between heckling
and disturbing. Yeah. So ingane kore like some people get really drunk. It's just and they start saying random shit and people laugh at them, but then the bouncer will come and take him away, or allengi pulliye veru sthalathu kondu irutti pulliye avada ivada anganonnum they have no idea. Here when this guy was coming on the stage for the first time, bouncer was also sitting and laughing, and I'm like, ഇത് നിന്റെ പണിയാണ്, നീ ഇവനെ എടുത്തോണ്ടോ, അല്ല ഞാൻ ഈ പണി എടുക്കാനല്ല വന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്, take this guy and go, man. You know, like that. So bouncer is also clueless because manager has not told him, you know, what to do or how to do, and you know, ഇത് എന്താ ബൗൺസർ ഇവിടെ എന്താ ഇവന്മാര് കുറെ ടൈറ്റ് ടീഷർട്ട് ഇട്ട് വരുന്നേ ഉള്ളൂ, ഇവർക്ക് എന്താ ചെയ്യാൻ ഇവർക്ക് അറിയില്ല, because they are like, what if they catch one guy and they're like, why you caught, you know. So അങ്ങനെ ഒരു
also like sorry to interrupt, പക്ഷേ I have a feeling this is because ഇവിടെ people generally have a bit of a tough time like differentiating whether that is an art form or like, so when you're on stage you're working. Correct. It seems very casual, informal, but you're actually working.
Yeah.
Right? It's like when you see your doctor at a supermarket. And you randomly ask like, doctor, by the way, ഇവിടെ rash ഇങ്ങനെ വന്നിട്ട്, like, bro, I'm off duty right now. You want to ask this, come to my office. So the same thing is like, for them, they don't understand that you're working. For them, you're there just having fun.
Correct.
So I just want to be part of that fun.
and they start, okay, you can see most of the
ഇയാൾക്ക് പറയാൻ
times,
പറ്റുമെങ്കിൽ എനിക്ക് പറയാൻ പറ്റില്ലേ?
അത് കറക്റ്റ്, അത് അവര് അത്രയും കുറച്ച് കൂടുതലാകുമ്പോഴാണ് we are like, okay, this is this, because I have to be allowed to complete the show. I can't be like, oh no, എൻ്റെ ഷോ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റിയില്ല. But if it's a fun, some people, most 95% people know, like they say something, we say something, and we laugh, they laugh, it's cool. But most of the cases we try to avoid. Like no venue, I think in North India they do, and maybe Habitat Mumbai le avaru alcohol serve undu, പക്ഷെ ബാക്കി no venue they serve alcohol. Maybe like one venue, ipo Just BLR is there in Bangalore. It's a very small room now. It used to be big, but it's a small room. അവരത് ചെറുതാക്കി because it's a very costly area. It's on Church Street, MG Road.
Okay.
അപ്പോൾ Just BLR is a club itself.
Okay.
And this is a comedy room in a club.
Okay.
There they serve alcohol. But it's very, you don't understand. Like they have one staff, and he's so used to serving this room that പുള്ളി എപ്പോൾ ബിയർ വെച്ചപ്പോൾ ഇറങ്ങിപ്പോയി നമുക്ക് അറിയത്തില്ല. Like very Batman. Quiet, Batman. Very quiet. പുള്ളിക്ക് അത് അറിയാം. അപ്പോൾ പുള്ളി so, because he's used to working with comics, he sits with us only. Like നമ്മുടെ ഗ്രീൻ റൂമിൽ പുള്ളി ഇരിക്കും, പുള്ളിക്ക് നമ്മൾ സംസാരിക്കുന്നതൊക്കെ കേൾക്കാം. അപ്പോൾ പുള്ളിക്ക് അറിയാം ഇങ്ങനെയാണ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്. He has a sense, okay, this act should not be disturbed, this should not be done. അപ്പോൾ ബാക്കിയുള്ള സ്ഥലത്ത് ഇവർക്ക് ഇത് അറിയില്ല, അതാണ് പ്രശ്നം. അവരോട് ചിലപ്പോൾ പറഞ്ഞ് മനസ്സിലാക്കി അവരത് കറക്റ്റായിട്ട് ചെയ്യും. Because no one wants to intentionally, screw up a show. So, പക്ഷേ ഇതിൽ മെയിൻ പ്രശ്നം ഇപ്പം നമ്മൾ വേറെ അടുത്ത് we have done in restaurants and cafes. ഇവിടെ the biggest thing we hate is coffee machine. Okay. ഈ സാധനം ഓൺ ആക്കിയാൽ തന്നെ ഭയങ്കര സൗണ്ടാ. Okay. And we can't say shut it off because it's a cafe. So people need cappuccino and whatever coffee. അപ്പോൾ ഈ സാധനം തുടങ്ങുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ we are like, oh dude, this is so bad. And this is exactly the reason that we finally started a room.
Right.
Spotlight Socials, because we believe people had to experience what it feels to be watching stand-up in a room that is designated for it. And that's avada varumbo, it is, the hit ratio becomes so much better. Because in a cafe where there's so much distraction, നമ്മളൊരു ജോക്ക് പറയുമ്പോൾ ചിലപ്പോൾ അത് അത്രയും ഹിറ്റ് ആയിന്ന് വരില്ല. Because people are like, they're disturbed, they're very അത്രയും calm അല്ല. And the problem with that is like they are like, oh, കുഴപ്പമില്ലായിരുന്നു stand up. And we didn't want people to think that stand up is something that is just available in a restaurant, just passing by.
Right.
Because the next step to growing the art form is that it needs to have a designated location. Home location. Like you want to watch movie, you go to PVR. You want to watch stand up, you go to the comedy room.
Yeah, that's all. Okay.
So other any place, any location that is looking to grow, this is even ബാംഗ്ലൂരിൽ ഇങ്ങനെയായിരുന്നു. ബാംഗ്ലൂരിൽ അവർ നേരത്തെ കഫേസിൽ ചെയ്യുമായിരുന്നു, പിന്നെ അവർ റൂംസ് തുടങ്ങി. സോ യു കാൻ ഡയറക്ട്ലി സ്റ്റാർട്ട് എ റൂം, യു നീഡ് ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റ്. അപ്പോൾ അത് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് വെരി foolish to directly start a room. Like we get calls from Trivandrum and Calicut and all, where there are investors. They're like, we'll put, and it's not very costly to start a room and all. It's like, it's under 10 lakh investment actually. I shouldn't be giving out secrets, but it's എന്നാ വെച്ചാൽ ഒന്നും like this, literally nothing. Chairs, സ്റ്റേജ്, മറ്റേ പ്ലൈവുഡിന്റെ സ്റ്റേജ്, അതിന്റെ മുകളിൽ കാർപ്പറ്റ്, ഗ്രീൻ റൂം, വാട്ട് ഗ്രീൻ റൂം, ഒരു പ്ലൈവുഡ് നേരെ അടിച്ചാൽ അത് ഗ്രീൻ റൂം ആയി. ആൻഡ് ദ മാക്സിമം മണി ഗോസ് ഇൻ ദ സൗണ്ട് സിസ്റ്റം ഒൺലി. ഓക്കെ, ഇഫ് യു ഗെറ്റ് എ ഗുഡ് സൗണ്ട് സിസ്റ്റം, നമ്മൾ കുറച്ച് ഹൈ എൻഡ് മേടിക്കാറുണ്ട് ജസ്റ്റ് ഫോർ ദിസ് തിങ്. ആൻഡ് lights, this thing, and maybe if you want to soundproofing curtains, we don't soundproof the room because it'll it won't look good, the sound travel won't be great. പക്ഷേ ചിലപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ സൗണ്ട് പ്രൂഫിങ് കേർട്ടൻസ് ഇടും, സോ ഇറ്റ് ജസ്റ്റ് ഡാംപൻസ് ദ എക്കോ, അത്രേ ഉള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ ഇറ്റ്സ് എ വെരി, സോ പീപ്പിൾ കോൾ us saying like, we want to do, can you tell us how to do and all. We are like, see, if we want to make money, we'll just tell them, okay, just do this. But the main ingredient for that is you need artist. What will you do with a room? It's like having stadium but no one to play. What will you do with it? Nothing. So it is like, ആ ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റ് ഗ്രോ ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇറ്റ് ഹാസ് ടു ബി ഹാപ്പനിങ്. ഫസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ഓൾ ദർ വിൽ ബി പാഷനേറ്റ് പീപ്പിൾ ഹോർ ലൈക്ക് ഞാനിത് ചെയ്യും, ഓക്കെ. അപ്പോൾ അവർ അത് കുറച്ച് 1-2 വർഷം കഫേസിൽ ചെയ്ത് പീപ്പിൾ ഗെറ്റ് യൂസ് ടു ഇറ്റ്. പിന്നെ റൂം തുടങ്ങി, ആ എല്ലാ റൂമിനും in-house artists, like core team has to be there. This is how it works everywhere. You go anywhere in Bangalore also, every club has its home team ഹോം ടീം എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ആ ക്ലബിലാണ് അവരുടെ ആദ്യത്തെ അഫിലിയേഷൻ. It's not that they don't go to other clubs to perform, because as an artist they need maximum stage time, but their main responsibility is they keep shows going in this club.
Right.
അപ്പോൾ അതില്ലാതെ it is just one room only. So that's what, so our now we have like some crazy task, because we are very, ഇപ്പോൾ മുംബൈയിലൊക്കെ പോകുമ്പോൾ if you're a new comic പോലും അല്ല, they have hierarchy, you can't simply you can't simply say you're comic and all, you can't, because I mean in the circle you can simply say I'm stand-up comedian because you did once. Right. But the whole thing is that you have to work, that work has to be put in,
right?
Because what is the differentiation between you and Kannan Gill, or what is the difference between you and Kenny? Both are stand-up comedians. What is the difference? Appo aile kore undu, like you first go, then you're known as an open micer.
Okay.
When we talk, we know. Like we ask,
okay,
this guy, they're like, no, he's just an open micer. Open micer എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ പുള്ളി റെഗുലർലി ഓപ്പൺ മൈക്സ് ചെയ്യാറുണ്ട്, അത്രേ ഉള്ളൂ. പുള്ളി വേറൊന്നും ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല, ലൈക്ക് പുള്ളി ആർക്ക് വേണ്ടി ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്ത് കാണും, ബട്ട് ഹീസ് സ്റ്റിൽ ഗോയിങ്, ലൈക്ക് ഹി ഹാസ് നോട്ട് പുട്ട് ഔട്ട് വീഡിയോസ്, ഹീസ് നോട്ട്, what do you say, he's not got paid for this job. That is what open micer means.
Right.
That means he's like what do you say, like MBBS കഴിഞ്ഞു intern, like an intern. That's open micer.
Like an intern. Okay.
Yeah, പുള്ളി ഇത് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക. And this is, I think, stand-up comedy has the longest internship period. Okay. It could vary from 1 year to 10 years.
10 years.
So it totally depends on what kind of a person you are.
Right.
It has no age restriction. There could be, I know guys who are 40-year-old. I know a 65-year-old open micer. Okay. അപ്പോൾ പുള്ളി പാഷന് വേണ്ടി ഇത് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക. ഇറ്റ് ഡിപ്പെൻഡ്സ് ഓൺ യുവർ ലെവൽ ഓഫ് സീരിയസ്നെസ് ഓൾസോ, ആൻഡ് ദാറ്റ്സ് ഹൗ ദേ ഇൻട്രാക്ട് വിത്ത് യു ഓൾസോ. ലൈക്ക് ഇഫ് ദേ ഫീൽ ദേ ആർ നോട്ട് സീരിയസ്, അത്രയും സീരിയസ് ഉള്ള കോമിക്സ് ദേ വോണ്ട് ഗിവ് യു ദാറ്റ് ലെവൽ ഓഫ് റെസ്പെക്ട് ഓർ എനിത്തിങ് ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ്. സോ പിന്നെ കോമിക് ഉണ്ട്, ലൈക്ക് ഇറ്റ്സ് ഓപ്പൺ മൈക്കർ, ദെൻ ദർ ഇസ് എ കോമിക് എസ്റ്റാബ്ലിഷ് ആയി, പുള്ളിയുടെ ഷോസ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. Even if sometimes now, even if you do shows, you're still labeled open micer, because you have to sell shows, you have to do, other, because now anyone and everyone is putting shows. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ പക്ഷേ അപ്പോൾ അവിടെ പ്രശ്നം എന്താ വെച്ചാൽ, if you're a new guy and you go, and just to get open mic slot itself, it's very hard. ഇപ്പോൾ ബാംഗ്ലൂരിൽ തന്നെ, if you are a new guy and you don't know anyone, let's say you don't know anyone, no connections, nothing, you just like എനിക്ക് സ്റ്റാൻഡപ്പ് ട്രൈ ചെയ്യണം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു ക്ലബ്ബ് പോലും തിരിഞ്ഞു നോക്കുന്ന എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നില്ല. ഓക്കെ, ബിക്കോസ് ഇവന്മാരുടെ അടുത്ത് അവർക്ക് സമയമില്ല, അവർക്ക് ഇറ്റ്സ് നോട്ട് ദാറ്റ് ദേ കോക്കി, ജസ്റ്റ് അവർക്ക് സമയമില്ല. ദർ ഓൾറെഡി ലൈക്ക് സം 500-600 പീപ്പിൾ ഇൻ ഈച്ച് ക്ലബ് ഡൂയിങ് സ്റ്റഫ്. അപ്പോൾ ഇവർക്ക് എന്താ, യു ഹാവ് ടു ഗോ ടു കബൺ പാർക്ക് സൺഡേ മോർണിംഗ് 7 o'clock ഇൻ ബാംഗ്ലൂർ, ഗോ ടു കബൺ പാർക്ക്. എന്നിട്ട് അവിടെ ജോഗിങ്ങിന് വരുന്ന ആൾക്കാർക്ക് വേണ്ടി യു ടു പെർഫോം. ഓക്കെ, ആൻഡ് ദർ ദ ക്ലബ്, ഈ ക്ലബ്സിൽ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്ന ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റ് ആണ് അത് ക്യൂറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. This is their selection process. It's like UPSC, I think.
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't know.
അപ്പോൾ കബൺ പാർക്കിൽ ആദ്യം പോണം.
Is this still prevalent?
This now, before you could get spot, now because there's so many people.
Right, yeah.
Appo, so your level of commitment has to be so much that on a Sunday you have to wake up, you have to go to Kaban Park, you have to go to one end of Kaban Park, and you have to perform there.
Right.
And if you do good there, not once, maybe like a few times, like 2-3 times, then they will give you spot, like small spots here there, one club, this club. Then you do good there, then you will get little more spots, then they give you hosting spot, then you keep going, then you can do recording shows. Agane you have to go. It's like a growth, this thing. Adu Mumbai enikku ariyilla engananu, but Mumbai also is very hard to get spots.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, because all the major players are in Mumbai.
They're all based in Mumbai, yeah.
Even Bangalore has their own major players. പക്ഷേ again, like Bangalore I know because it's closer, I go to Bangalore only. നമുക്ക് മുംബൈ വരെ പോകേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. But in here we are very different. Here we are very, what do you say, because we want to grow the scene, we are very welcoming with whoever comes. They come, they say should we audition, we like and എൻ്റെ ആവശ്യമൊന്നുമില്ല. It is, see, we are putting that guy for 5 minutes in between others. So always if one guy does bad, the others can cover it up. They will compensate for it, and no one complains like that, അങ്ങനെ വലിയ ഇവൻ കൊള്ള 5 minute അല്ലേ കണ്ടുള്ളൂ, it's okay, remaining 40-50 minutes you saw the good guys. So, and we are very, like, we tell them do this, do that, നമ്മൾ ഇങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യണം, നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞു കൊടുക്കും, because we want people to because it's very easy to lose interest in doing this. Because when you the distance from you starting to seeing actual growth, it's very hard, it's very long. it could be like it could be a matter of months, it could be a matter of years, that before you see actual whatever, you know. So we have a big challenge, because we have to keep doing things every few months to keep people interested, you know.
right.
Especially the artists, more than audience. I'm worried about artists, because audience we can make them laugh. Artistine ivare motivate ചെയ്ത് opportunities, because after doing for 5-6 years, if you don't see opportunities, then it's a lost cause for you in your mind, you know. It's like
Yes.
working in a corporate without promotion, without increment, without even knowing if you have achieved your yearly goal, because
Correct.
what is the goal, you know, like that. So just now, like me and my partner, like Jubin, we have this group called Comedy Launch.
Right.
It's almost there for now 8-9 years. I joined it in 2021 when I came back. My whole idea was that we will nurture these guys from start. You know, I have literally sat with these boys, and it's fun, because when these guys were working with us, they joined us, they were first year of college. Okay, now they are working like in 2-3 years into work. So atrayen samayam they have spent with us. You know, we try to infiltrate their thing with, like, we give them our philosophy itself, we hand over.
Okay.
You know, saying this is how it is. There's so many things, you know. So the guys who are with us, they are literally, each person is capable of running a club. Atrayen knowledge avarkundu. That's how much they worked on core level with us.
Okay.
You know, so now so that's what, like, this December, November, me and Jubin were like, next step now for comedy in Kerala. The next step now is that now people have to start, if they have to take us more seriously, they have to start seeing us in bigger stages. Already, this venue itself has been running for 2 years now, you know. So the threshold is reached. They are like, okay, we agree.
Okay.
You know,
Right.
good job. But then next step we have to go, na. We can't stop
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Then people have to be like, oh, you know, like that. So adine vendi we were like we have to come on a hoarding.
Correct. Yeah.
You know, one hoarding
Yeah,
somewhere.
you should be seen as an event.
We should be on a hoarding.
Right.
But we can't afford a hoarding by with spotlight, you know.
Right.
Hoarding you put and only 100 seats. People like, what?
Hoarding in
So,
that direction.
yeah, that's the thing. So we are like, you know, adengane cheyanam. What can we do? You know, because we can't simply ask one guy to be like, you know, sponsor a hoarding. And what are we offering? Like 100 seats? Nothing. They'll be like, why? You know,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
can't do that. Even if you take metro hoardings,
Right.
like ഒരു 4 എണ്ണം, that itself very costly. They have to pay 1 lakh, 1.5 lakhs, you know. So we are like, how about we make a festival? You know, we do a comedy festival. Okay, and then we started researching, because we know a lot of comedy business. So comedy launch, we have been doing a lot of, any big show you see of comedy in Kerala has been done by us only, like Kozhikode, Trivandrum, Kenny, Kannan, Zakir, Abhishek Upmanyu, Subramaniam, all this. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ഇവർ മാത്രമായിട്ടും അല്ല, നമുക്ക് ഇവരുടെ മാനേജേഴ്സ്, ടൂർ മാനേജേഴ്സ്, they have a lot of sections like this. ഈ വലിയ ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റിന് they have like area tour managers and all. Like ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരാൾ he'll handle തമിഴ്നാട്, Karnataka and Chennai.
Okay.
There's one guy who will handle North India, one guy who will handle Europe. ഇങ്ങനത്തെ പ്ലസ് അയാൾക്ക് സെപ്പറേറ്റ് മാനേജേഴ്സ് ഉണ്ട്. ഇങ്ങനെ കുറേ പേരുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഇവരോട് നമ്മൾ ചോദിച്ച് വന്നപ്പോൾ there are only 2 places that comedy festival happens apparently now successfully. That is Pune and this thing, Chandigarh.
Oh,
Okay. And their whole idea is ഇതിന് പൈസ ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ ഒന്നും. So their whole idea is that what they do, they squeeze people, like it's like a മറ്റേ മ്യൂസിക് ഫെസ്റ്റിവൽ, 3000-4000 ആൾക്കാർ ഒരു മൈതാനത്തിൽ, and comics come repeat, and that's a huge lineup. They'll have like 50-60 comics from the local scene from all around India. It's considered like, you know, big event. അപ്പോൾ അത് we can't do it here. We don't want to do it.
Okay.
Because we are like, we can't have people sweating and, you know, 5,000 people crammed into a space standing.
It's not a comfortable thing. I was just going to ask, like, how are people going to stand and listen
So
to...
this is the whole thing. Philosophically, it is wrong. We are not agreeing to this.
Right.
Because that then just looks like a money-making gig, you know.
Yeah.
You are just squeezing, and the beer is served, you know, F&B is served, and it looks, what are you listening? Like comics, when we ask in comics perspective, they hate this. Okay, no, I don't think there'll be any sane comic who'd want to do shit like this. Like, because it's so, they're so disturbed, you know.
Yeah,
and this is a whole day event, like morning to night. So you
be
stand
sweating and
പൊരിഞ്ഞ വെയിലത്ത് നിന്ന് എന്ത് കോമഡി കേൾക്കാനാണ്. People get pissed, and especially Malayalis will fucking തന്തേം തള്ളയും വിളിക്കും. So I'm like, ഇതൊന്നും പറ്റൂല, we can't do this. So we were like, we are curating our own comedy festival in a very subtle way, where we have Kenny Sebastian, Abish Matthew, Shamik Gautam, and Anand Ratnam. These artists, 5 of them, and 5 of our local artists. So total 10 artists, and we will do it in a hall, like maybe like so we were thinking maybe JT Pack, or you know, or Kinfra has a great hall now. അവർക്ക് 700 സീറ്റ്സ് ഉണ്ട്. സോ വി വർ ലൈക്ക് ഒരു ഫെസ്റ്റിവൽ ആകുമ്പോൾ ഇത്രയും കൊടുത്താൽ പോരാ ഫോർ ദ സിറ്റി, യുനോ. സോ വാട്ട് വി ആർ ഡൂയിങ് ഇസ് വി ആർ മേക്കിംഗ് ഇറ്റ് ലൈക്ക് എ മന്ത് ലോങ് ഇവൻറ്റ്, where the first opening event will be 2 big shows of 700 seater in these big halls, okay, and the next event will be that over the next weekends these artists will personally come and do 2 shows in Spotlight, you know, like Saturday Sunday there will be like Kenny, Abish, Shamik, along with which our local artists will also put their 1 hour specials.
Okay.
You know, so it's going to be sold like a whole. So appo namukku hoarding vekkanulla oru reason undu, adu, you know, adu push it. Then we have the understanding that this is a whole month long campaign to put it out there,
Right.
And this way, and now people are excited because there's something new for this year. They're like, you know, this is, we have planned it for April, we are already started, you know, talking, like going to halls, getting, we are always, logistically it's a nightmare to do this. അപ്പോൾ ഈ 5 ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റ് തന്നെ കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ ഇറ്റ്സ് ഹാർഡ്, യു നോ. വി ഹാവ് ടു അലൈൻ ദ ഡേറ്റ്സ്, വി ഹാവ് ടു, യു നോ, മേക്ക് ഷുവർ ദേ ലാൻഡ് ഹിയർ, ദ ഷോ ഗോസ് ഗുഡ്. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിനെല്ലാം പണിയെടുക്കുന്നത് നമ്മൾ തന്നെയാണ്.